You're good to go.
We done? Oh, hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that we have merged all the teams together because it's a beautiful thing when you can do that. You know, there's a bunch of people on this team now. It's crazy to start 5 years ago, not knowing what we're doing, kind of like one foot in front of the other, follow the leader, and be able to grow something into this. And not just me, but everybody else is growing into their own, you know, their own amazing teams. It's just incredible. I can't believe I didn't know about network marketing sooner and that I had such a stigma around it, because it really is the best way to do business. You're helping people, you know, that rising tide is raising all the ships, like I like to say. But before I do that, a little bit of housekeeping. Who's going to global? Let me see you raise your hands. Some of you may be on the fence. Yay, there's a lot of hands. Okay, it's going to be amazing. I was on the elite call. I know I sent a text out, but there's some big news coming, and it's going to be history making. And I'm so excited that we are where we are, when we are with this company, because it's only a matter of time, I believe, before this thing just skyrockets. And, you know, it's going to these events is everything. It's a big part of having success. I just want all of you to know, who are just starting out, that, and some of you that have been in this a little while, maybe you haven't made the money yet. It's hard. You got to sacrifice. You're going to have to sell things sometimes. I remember I did crazy things to get to the events in the beginning. And was it worth it? Absolutely. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for that first event I went to. I remember I was sicker than a dog. I think I probably had pneumonia. And I showed up, and a lot of you already know this story, but I was in my hotel room most of the time because I was so sick. And then went just for here and there. I had two people with me, and I remember just getting goosebumps and realizing how big this was, and realizing that I didn't need to know everything to invite people to join me or the products. And I remember realizing that this was my way out, that I didn't have to struggle for the rest of my life, that this was my family's way out to have financial freedom, but more importantly, time freedom. That I could do, you know, what I wanted with who I wanted, when I wanted. I knew that there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And so if you're on the fence, I can't say enough of, you know, hopefully today I'm going to give you some really good information, and you're going to be able to get some people in the business, because you get paid next Friday when you do that, and get your butt on a plane to Salt Lake City, because it's going to be, it'll change everything for you. Just trust me on that. Let's see, anything else? Life Vantage Academy in Hawaii has been clipped. I just want all of my Hawaii people to know that. It has been clipped because we didn't have the numbers. And, uh-oh, I see my daughter coming here and she's crying. Maybe I should have drove down the street. Anyways, it is gone, but we're going to do some great things. We're going to have amazing training, Super Saturdays. We are going to fly elites in, mainly to Oahu, because we have a team there that is going to pool together to get the elites to come out. So girls and boys in Hawaii, when you're at Salt Lake City, get to know the elites. After the event was over, we ran to the front, me and a few of the key leaders that are the ones that are really making the money on this team, on Team, you know, Hawaii. And we ran up there and we wanted to know who they were. And we let them know, remember this space, because you're going to get to know us. We are here to stay, and we're going to go to the top. And because of that, and because of that action, and let's face it, because we live in Hawaii, they were ready to, they come and they jump on board and they would join us. So that's definitely my suggestion to you for Salt Lake City. And then I hope you guys have pens and papers, because I'm going to go through a lot of stuff today that is going to be awesome. And we have a recording, so if you're driving, don't worry about it. Please don't try and take messages and drive. But definitely watch this again, because I thought about what I could talk about. You know, we have different leaders on rotation for this Team Aloha. And I thought, what could I say, you know, that would get people excited? And what could I bring to the table that would really spark some inspiration? But the truth is, is you just got to go to work, and you just have to do a few things over and over again consistently, and you get better and better, and people start to notice that you have a different posture. Gosh, look at this weird hair. Sorry. Don't look at myself in the mirror and then I'm on this Zoom thing. People will notice that your posture is changing because you're doing it every day a little bit. You don't need to make this your full-time job, but you do need to fit this in the nooks and crannies every day so that you get good at it. I was just on the South Side for this weekend. I don't know, some of you probably saw our social media, but both of our kids won the surf contest. I mean, as a parent, I mean, you know, I'm already getting teary-eyed just thinking about it because, you know, here's the thing. It's the same with this business. Like, you believe in people and you know they're, you know, you like my kids. Like, I know that they're good surfers, you know, like they're pretty good and, you know, they're hungry and they want it and they surf. But I don't know that I knew that they'd win a contest yet. You know, I mean, the other kids are just so much better. But the cool thing is that they go every day and they listen, they're coachable, and they did what we told them to do, you know, especially my son. He was surfing against guys that are already sponsored and they're so good, but he did what we coached him to do. So if you want to make it in this business, be coachable. When I hit Pro 7 in 18 months, I talked to some of the elites and I said, what is it that I have that I can give to my team so that they'll do what I did? I want them all elites. I want all of you guys having that bonus every month. I want all of you sitting up front with me and going on the amazing elite retreats. And they said, well, you are completely coachable. We said to do A, B, and C, and you did A, B, and C, just like that. We said go to events, you were there. It didn't matter how far you had to fly. It didn't matter what you were missing at home, but you went. And I paid the price. It was hard. But if you want something bad enough, you become coachable. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and this is good for the new person, this is good for the person that's been in there for a while and maybe you've kind of had life happen and you want to restart. This is good for the person that is starting to have a team. It's so exciting when you have a little team and you get to, like, you know, grow that way. And this is also for my girls and my boys that are making money. Okay, this is all about duplication, this business. So if you start people off right, they will start the next person off right, and the next person off right. And the next thing you know, you have a fireproof business where you have leader backed by leader, backed by leader, where it doesn't matter if life happens to one of them and they have to go away for a little while, like I just did, right, with my baby and bed rest and all that. You have leaders that are going to do it no matter what. And that's powerful. So I have a little bit of notes, so I'm just going to make sure I stay on page because you know me, I'll just go off. But yeah, if you're not taught the right things right away, you will you'll make more mistakes than that you have to. Now, if you haven't been taught the right way, because a lot of you probably haven't, don't make excuses. This is your business, and you can get up at any moment and start over and start that journey all over again. Or you can start inviting again, follow up, all the things that we learn as we do this business. Now, when someone signs up, and if you just signed up, this is for you. If you are about to sign someone up, this is important. You need to set the proper expectations right away. I'm thinking the first or second day, honestly. You let them know what it really is like to do this business. Number one, we all know this, not everyone says yes. Number two, this isn't going to be easy every day. Number three, this is going to be fun and you're going to have a good time. Four, you've got to do your own personal growth. Whatever you are struggling with in life, and you may not even know it's a struggle until you sign up to do network marketing, you are going to be faced with it. For me, I had a really, really hard time when people that I know could rock this business would say, it's not for me. That just made me so mad, like my sister. She's not on here, so I can say that. I'm going to have some water because I'm getting over a little cold. Hold on. You need to let people know that this is going to be hard some days for sure. You want to raise your hand and let us know that it's hard some days? Only a few of you? Okay. At least a few of you can, at least a few of you can admit that. You got to know that you're going to have to go to events. You're going to have to make it happen. Now, if you're signing up and you just want to be like a Pro 1 to a Pro 3, then you don't need to go to events. It's not that big of a deal. But if you want to be in the premier and elite ranks, you got to go. That's where you're going to get fueled up. That's where you're going to get, you know, all the information that you need. And that's where you're going to come back and you're going to be excited to talk to people about it. In the beginning, that's exactly what my upline told me. They set the proper expectations. And they said what I just told you. What they didn't tell me, and that I'm learning, and that you're all going to learn too, is this is not a get-rich-quick scheme or job. It's a get-rich-slow job, but as you know, it's a lot better than what we're doing before we get on, which is a get-rich-never thing. So you are going to have to set that expectation in your heart to know that you're going to have to do this every day a little bit. Write down what that looks like for you. Does it look like, you know, for me, a lot of you know, my daughter napped for 1 hour a day, and I built the business every day for an hour. Now, did I want to do yoga and surf? Yes. Did I want to lay down with her? Most days. But instead, I said, you know what? The reason why I'm doing this is more important than, you know, doing what I want to do. I'm going to do this business. I'm going to teach my people to do this business. Teach people about the auto ship. Set proper expectations. To do this business, it's about $5 a day to do this business. Now, I don't know if you've owned a small business, but in order to keep the lights on, to pay your employees, to train, you know, your employees, whatever it is, health insurance, whatever you're doing, maybe it's you own a store, you got to put product in the store. It's a lot of money every month. But what I love about this business is it's a $200 a day, $200 a month business. So let them know that. Now you can offset your 100 PV, 200 PV every month by bringing in customers. And what I did in the beginning is I couldn't afford $200. I just couldn't. I was broke. I would get mad at my husband for taking his friends to dinner or even buying coffee. So I was not about to spend $200 on products. I just wasn't. So what I did was I offset it with customers. So if I got, you know, say I got like 4 or 5 customers to do the business with me, then that would offset the personal volume every month. But you have to have one product coming to you every month. For me, it was like a bottle per tandem. Now, here is what happens, and here is the problem with that, and I hope that you all get to the point where you are getting at least $200 coming to you, because all of our products are biohacking our cells and our genes to give us the best health and vitality that we can have. But what happened to me, and it happened to a lot of people on this team, is all of a sudden one of your people that was filling up that gap of your personal volume will either stop taking it, or their credit card expires and they don't realize that they have to renew it. And all of a sudden, you're not getting paid your commissions. So set the proper expectations early on. I would say even when they're signing up of, look, this is a business that you have to pay very little to be a part of. And what's great is that you can eat the rent. You get to be healthy instead of paying rent somewhere. That's kind of how I looked at it. And let them know that they need to at least have a bottle of Tandem, a box of Axio, something coming, and that they can offset it. But if they can, they should just do the $200, because I'm letting you know that it is no fun when you don't get your commissions because, you know, life was busy and you forgot to check in. Now my auto ship is over $500, $400 to $500. Sometimes it's even more, you know, since we got the dog. And now I'm gifting my sister some because she's finally decided to take it if I gift it to her. She's got all kinds of aches and pains. But that's a very big deal, is the auto ship. So when you're setting proper expectations, make sure you let them know that. Make sure you let them know that they are building a multi-million-dollar global business, and all they have to do is basically pay $5 a day. And I may be a little short on that. I'm not good at math. I'm an artist. Now, okay, here you go. You get started. You sign up. You're all excited. And it's saying it's not recording anymore. Is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Just want to make sure. So you get started. You sign up. So awesome. You get on your little auto ship. It's just amazing. You're all excited. So now what I want you to do is get a database together. And when you sign up, you get a blueprint in your box. Don't look at that lightly. When we first signed up, we lived by that blueprint. We even added to it. You know, we added a couple things in there, but that was so important. And it is so important because the company gives you all you need to make this happen. So when you get your box, fill out your blueprint. And one of the first things it's going to tell you to do is to get your blueprint doesn't come in box anymore. Is that true? Kristen Wallace. Blueprint doesn't come in the box anymore. So what I'm going to do in the next month is I'm going to make our team a blueprint. Does that sound good? Just so everyone has one, they know what to do next, because that's very important to be able to duplicate, because it's easy. You know, you can fill it out. So thank you, Kristen Wallace. Awesome. Sarah Redican, thank you very much. It's actually in our back office. Wow, I love you guys. Always catching my slack. So you can go if you want the company's blueprint, you can. Look, someone just did it down here. I just love this team. Oh my gosh, that's what's so amazing is everyone's got your back. Go into the back office I mean, for me, if I was just starting out, and I actually have signed up 4 platinum packs in the last month and a half, I would make sure that you order them a blueprint as they're getting in. I'm going to do that anyways. I'm in the process of making our own Team Aloha blueprint getting started guide and how to get to Pro 3 as quick as possible, because that's when you get all the good stuff. But okay, so let's get back to what we're doing. Do your database. A database is as many names as you can think of. It doesn't matter if you aren't going to talk to the person or you are. If it's the guy that drives down the street in the red car, write his name down or his description. The guy who drives down the street in a red car. And what you're going to do is you are going to write as many as you can, because I'm going to let you know that when you get to number 20 and they say, oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this, I don't know, you are going to have another 20 or 30 people. So it doesn't matter. Who cares if he doesn't want to take the product yet? Or who cares if he loves his job and he's not ready to quit because his boss hasn't given him his monthly bonus that he was supposed to. Everyone comes around. Everyone comes around and they want to know what you're doing. This just is what it is. And I've seen it over and over again in the last 5 years. So hi, Allison Parnes, that just joined the meeting. I love that I can see that. So your database is your lifeline. You do not want to mess around with that database. I had one copy, and then I had a few other copies in the beginning. I had one that had like Cheerios, milk, and I'd always have it, and I'd always be adding and taking notes, and it was in the kitchen, and then it was in the car. I had dog paws on it from the dog. I didn't mess around with that because I knew that that was going to be my way to my family's freedom, and not only that, but that was going to be my way to help others find their freedom. This isn't just about us. This is about everybody else, which is the best part about this business. It's a heart business. It's hard work, not hard work. Okay, so then what I want you to do, and this maybe even should happen before, and you probably already got a glimpse of it before you signed up. But why are you doing this business? What is it that gets you up every day and has you fit in the nooks and crannies when you're taking your kids to school, or when you're doing a little exercise on the treadmill and you're on the phone? Why are you doing this? Find out when you sign someone up why they're doing this. One of our leaders, I loved what she did. She would write down their why, take a picture of it, and every time that person called them, their why would pop up. So an example would be, if maybe you want, I want a sailboat. Now, that's not going to get you out of bed every morning, but if you dig down to why you want the sailboat, maybe it's because your father who passed away used to take you on the most amazing sunset sails when you were a kid, and you want that same experience for your child. That would get you out of bed every morning. And everyone's why is different. My why was because I was sick of being sick and tired. I wanted to enjoy my husband's company, not, tear him apart every time I saw him. And I wanted to be a present mother. That'll get you going. And here comes my daughter, who I'm not going to be able to be present with at the moment. Hold on really quick. I'm doing a Zoom, honey. Can you say hi? And then I got to get back to him.
Hi.
Okay, I'll see you.
I need water.
Okay, go talk to Daddy. He's
Really
oh, here, I have it. Okay, here. So your why is everything. You're going to see, when you have hard days, if you don't have a why that's going to make you cry or going to make you want to really go after this, you're not going to stick to it. You're not going to stick to this business. And guess what? Your why is going to evolve, and that's a great thing too. So make sure that you know what it is. I had it posted everywhere. I had it on the mirrors. I had it on my dashboard. I had it everywhere because I knew that if I faltered at all, I wouldn't get this. I knew that to get what I wanted, I'd have to really, stick with it. And I don't know, you probably noticed in this call, I may have ADHD, I'm not sure, but I'm kind of all over the place sometimes. So, getting real honest with you. So I needed that. I needed to be reminded every day why I was doing this. And that has now changed drastically because I am present with my kids. I am able to take the time and go travel and do what I want. But now my why has become all of you. Because I fall in love with the ones that want this hard and bad enough. When I spend time with them and I meet their kids and I see that what their life could be like because I'm living it. And now my why has become that. So now that's the reason why I get out of bed. But you've got to find your why. You've got to find out why this is going to work for you and why you want it. Okay, so when you start, make sure you know your why. Make sure you get your database going. Then you're going to learn how to invite. Call your upline to help you, because if you talk too much, it's a slippery slope, and the next thing you know, you sound like a salesperson and no one's going to want anything to do with you. So keep it short, keep it simple. We could do an entire Zoom on the invite. You're also going to have to get the third party in, and that's the key, because that's where you're going to learn how to talk to people. And this is all, I know a lot of this for you guys has already been told a million times, but if I know that if you don't hear it over and over again, you won't stick to the game plan. And that's because the repetition is the mother of all skill. So you want to get good at this. So you're gonna remind your people as you bring them on that they need to bring you or an upline into the conversation so that they can be that third party validator. It's really important. Following up, you're gonna have to follow up. And the follow up is the same thing. Be honest, be yourself. Let them know that you care about them. Let them know you just want an answer. If you followed up a few times, let them know that you just need to know if they're in or out, because you're going to move on. I know that sounds scary to say that, but that is how I've gotten so many of my recruits, is just to let them know, look, I don't want to leave. I don't want to forget about you, and I'm going to move on if you don't give me an answer. So can you just tell me if you're in or out? That is so powerful, because that's going to get people's attention. Us calling them and reminding them, and oh yeah, I just really want you to see this, and it's just I don't know, humans are just so funny like that. To take it away is really powerful. It just is. And then you're going to learn how to close, and all this stuff is going to happen in trainings and LBAs. You're going to learn this as you go. I made a million mistakes all the way to the top, but that is basically getting started. Now, as you get your team, and I'm looking at the time, and I'm already almost out of time. I could just talk to you guys forever. But now you're going to have a little team. As you get in and you get a few people in, you're going to have a little team. And this is where the duplication starts to happen. This is where if you don't teach them right in the beginning, right now, it's going to be harder for you, and it's going to be harder for them. So what we did was we created a culture inside of LifeVantage with our team. I got to give a big shout out to the team biohackers. I know you're on here. Woo, woo. These girls are on fire. They're signing people up constantly. They made their own shirts that say Nerfs Up. I mean, how cute is that? Like Nerfs Up instead of Surfs Up. They have an Instagram. They're creating a culture that is giving them an identity within themselves, within the team, that they can attach to. And that's what we did. We all sat under a tree every single week, and we sat under the tree and we talk about our whys, and we talk about our troubles and our successes. And we became this amazing team Aloha, right? I know Laura and Jen, remember those days? It was so fun. We would just learn how to, gravitate towards success and how we were going to do it together. And then when we go to the events, we'd all sit together and we'd eat together. And that's what you want to do. You want to create that in your team. Team Fireball, that's another amazing team. I mean, they have the same thing. They have made an amazing unit within our big team and within the bigger team of LifeVantage. Sarah Radican, she's so cute. But yeah, that's a big thing. Do Super Saturdays together. Do times where you're able to go and have dinner together. You know, whatever it is. If your team that you're creating is far away, that happens a lot. I've got a lot of those. Make a Zoom meeting every week be your time where you're able to connect. If you leave someone way out in the middle of nowhere and they don't know how to do this and they've never done it, I mean, that's why we do these calls. They're going to feel stranded and they're not going to be able to really have that support because no one's really done this before, right? I mean, maybe there's a few of you that have done network marketing, but most of us have never done this before. And most of us, you know, we need to have someone to hold our hand. Hold on. Hi. Thank you. We're almost done, okay? And then we're going to ballet. Love you. Hi. Look at, there's my little winner. She got first place yesterday. Woohoo. Camera out the window. They can't hear you.
Hi, True. You're so awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, okay, I got to finish though. I love you. Oh, man, that girl is so cute. Where was I? Gosh, she just does that to me. My family, they just totally sideswipe me. So yeah, you're gonna create a team. You know, if we didn't do that in the beginning, I'm not sure that a lot of us would still be here. I'm just not sure. So get them on these Zooms. We do this every Monday, you guys. Every Monday there's a new leader that's training and teaching. They can do that. Unfortunately, when you watch the recording, it's not as effective, I don't think. There's something about being live where you feel like you are connected, and that's really powerful. And here comes the next child. So I think I'm going to have to go. Let's say hi to this one. Hi, Shine. Hi, Shine. Yeah, say hi, everybody. So that, my friends, is why you want to take this seriously, because look how cute life gets. Well, you're dirty. Daddy's watching. 30 minutes, and the kid is covered in dirt. Okay, can you go take him to Daddy? I'm almost done. Sissy, I'm almost done. Oh, my gosh. Thought it was going to work, but it's not. Everyone have an amazing day. I am fitting this in the nooks and crannies, just like you. I love you all, and that's it. I was going to answer questions, but, you know, you got 30 minutes of my time. I'm so sorry. Here we go. He's crying now. Love you all. Have a great day.
Thanks, Daisy.
Bye.